The sun hung like a ball of fire in the empty sky, burning everything it touched. The dry wind whipped across the cracked plains, carrying dust that stung the eyes and dried the throat. A lone rider moved slowly on a tired horse, her body swaying with every weak step. She had been traveling for weeks without rest, running from pain, loss, and memories that refused to die. Her name was Elena, and she carried her pride like a shield, no matter how heavy it became. But she never asked for help, not from anyone, not ever. To know what happened when this exhausted woman finally reached the lonely ranch, when a stranger with quiet strength looked into her eyes, and when deadly danger came riding straight toward them, watch the full story till the end. Elena's clothes were covered in red dust. Her hat was pulled low, hiding the tiredness in her dark eyes. For many long days she had crossed the wild plains with only her horse Rio for company. Rio was a strong brown Mustang, but now his head hung low, his legs shook, and his breathing sounded painful. There was no water left. Elena's own lips were cracked, her muscles ached, and her heart felt heavy with loneliness. In the far distance, something appeared through the heat waves, a small wooden house, a barn, and a well. Life, water, hope. Elena's heart jumped, but she quickly pushed the feeling down. She rode closer, slow and careful. She stopped near the well and climbed down. First, she pulled up a bucket of cool, fresh water and held it for Rio. The horse drank noisily, water splashing on the dry ground. Only after he had enough did Elena take a few small sips herself. The cold water felt like heaven on her burning throat. That was when she heard boots on the wooden porch. A tall man stepped out from the house. He looked strong but calm, with sun-dark skin, steady blue eyes, and hands that had clearly worked hard for many years. He wore a simple shirt and jeans. A gun rested on his hip, but he kept his hands open and visible. He stopped at a respectful distance and studied her and the tired horse. "You've come a long way, ma'am," he said in a low, steady voice. "Looks like the trail has been rough." Elena straightened her back and wiped dust from her face. "We only need water, then we'll move on." The man glanced at Rio, who was still breathing hard and trembling. "That horse won't go much further today. The sun is too hot, and you don't look like you're in better shape." "I didn't ask for your opinion," Elena replied, her voice sharp with pride. She hated feeling weak in front of anyone. The man nodded slowly. There was no anger in his eyes, no fake pity either. "Name's Caleb. This is my ranch. There's fresh hay in the barn, hot food inside the house, and a real bed if you want it. One night. No payment, no favors owed, just rest." Elena stared at him. In her life, men had either tried to control her or offered help with strings attached. This man offered nothing but simple respect. It surprised her. For a moment, her hard walls cracked just a little. Before she could answer, a sharp sound cracked across the plains, like a distant gunshot. Both of them turned. A large cloud of dust was rising fast on the horizon. Riders, many of them. Caleb's face became hard. "That's the Harlan gang. They've been attacking ranches, stealing land, and hurting people. If you ride out now, you'll run straight into them." Elena's hand tightened on her rifle. Her body begged for rest, but her mind fought against staying. "I can handle myself. I've done it for years." "I believe you," Caleb said quietly. "But sometimes the strongest people still need a place to stand for a while." The dust cloud grew bigger and louder. There was no more time. "Hide in the barn," Caleb told her. "I'll face them. Elena wanted to argue, but Rio could barely stand. She quickly led her horse into the barn and hid behind the thick wooden wall. Her heart pounded like a drum. Through a narrow crack, she watched Caleb standing alone in front of the house, tall and unafraid. 5 dangerous men rode up fast. Their leader had a scarred face and cold, cruel eyes. He laughed loudly when he saw only one man waiting. "Look at this. One lonely cowboy in the middle of nowhere. This ranch looks nice. We'll take the land, the horses, and everything else." "You're not taking anything today," Caleb answered, his voice firm and calm. "This land belongs to me." The gang laughed again. One man raised his gun. The air became thick with tension. Elena's breath caught. She saw Caleb standing there completely alone, facing 5 armed men without backing down. Something deep inside her chest twisted. Fear for him, respect for his courage, and shame at hiding while he risked everything. She could not stay hidden any longer. Elena stepped out of the barn, rifle ready in her hands. Her boots hit the ground with purpose. She walked straight to Caleb's side and stood shoulder to shoulder with him. Her voice rang out strong and clear across the dusty yard. "You heard the man. This place is not yours. Turn around and leave." The leader's smile disappeared. He looked at the two of them, a tired but fierce woman with fire in her eyes, and a calm cowboy who refused to move. What he saw was not easy prey anymore. He saw 2 people ready to fight together, back to back. For several long, silent seconds, nobody spoke. The hot wind blew between them. Elena's heart raced, but she stood tall. She felt something new and powerful, not just her own strength, but the warmth of standing with someone who respected her. The leader spat on the ground. "This ain't worth dying for," he growled. He yanked his horse around and waved to his men. The gang turned and rode away fast, disappearing into the dusty horizon. The ranch became quiet again. Elena slowly lowered her rifle. Her legs suddenly felt weak. She realized her hands were shaking. Caleb turned toward her. For the first time, a gentle, real smile touched his lips. "You didn't have to come out," he said softly. "You could have stayed safe." "I know," Elena whispered. Her voice broke with emotion. Tears she had held inside for so long burned in her eyes. "But I couldn't watch you stand there alone. Not after you offered me shelter with respect." Caleb nodded. He didn't push her to say more. They stood together in comfortable silence for a while, letting the fear slowly leave their bodies. That evening, the sky turned beautiful shades of orange, pink, and purple as the sun set. Elena sat on the wooden porch steps with a warm plate of food, beans, fresh bread, and hot coffee. Rio was safe inside the barn, happily eating fresh hay. Caleb sat a few feet away, drinking his coffee quietly. For the first time in many years, Elena did not feel the burning need to run away. "I've been running for a long time," she said suddenly, her voice soft and honest. "I lost my home, lost my family. After that, I told myself I would never stop, never trust anyone again. It felt safer that way." Caleb looked up at the first stars appearing in the sky. "I understand. I lost my brother 2 years ago to the same kind of men who came today. This ranch is all I have left. Some days it feels too big and too quiet. Other days it feels like the only peace I have." Elena turned and looked at him. In the soft, golden light, his face looked strong yet kind. She felt her tired, guarded heart open just a little more. "I'm not saying I'll stay forever," she said carefully. But maybe for a while, if your offer is still open. Caleb smiled, a deeper, warmer smile this time. The offer is still open, Elena. No debt, no pressure. Just two tired souls who are done fighting the whole world alone. A gentle warmth spread through Elena's chest. It was relief. It was hope. It was the beginning of something real. The harsh, dry land around them suddenly felt less empty. The long, painful journey that had almost broken her had led her here, to this quiet ranch, to this quiet man who saw her as an equal. She looked at the wide horizon and took a deep breath. For the first time in years, tomorrow did not feel like something to fear. She had finally found a place where she could rest, not because she was weak, but because she was ready to stop running. And maybe, just maybe, ready to start living again. Thank you so much for watching this story all the way till the end. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. It really helps us a lot. If you want to watch more exciting stories like this, don't forget to subscribe our page right now. Tell me in the comments, where are you listening from and what time is right now? And if this story touched your heart, please send some stars. Every single star gives us huge motivation to keep creating more amazing videos for you. See you in the next story. Take care of you, friends.